What's up, folks? This is Demon Groove, and I'm going to show you a little technique, a little bit more of advanced mastering technique. Basically, you will start with an empty mastering suite. Delete everything. Get yourself an EQ. I'm using the new REQ 131 31 band EQ. It's really nice. And you'll set that up like you normally would. You will boost some lows and some mids for a nice little bit of warmth. Some highs as per normal, and a little bit around the 5k. And you would click on it and create a stereo imager. Set that up as you normally would, as I showed in the last video. And you flip it around. Click on it and create a compressor. Now what you're going to do is label the compressor as low band. Now flip it back around. Press shift. And you are going to get another EQ. Now you're going to take your separate out on the stereo imager and connect that up this new EQ. You're going to label that high band or high mid band, whatever you prefer. So what you've done there is split into two frequencies. Now you click on that and you connect that to a compressor. So you're going to compress these separately as well. So you're EQing and you're compressing the low and high bands separately. Go to your M-Class stereo imager and click up to the high band just beside the separate output. So that separate output is routing just the high frequencies. Flip it back around on the stereo imager and click the solo low band button. So the main output is just a low band. So that's the basic setup of it. And this is where you can add some saturation now to the high band, and it's not going to affect the lows. I'm using the what's it called? Sorry, let's go back there. You want to set up a spider audio merger splitter, and this is going to merge the two frequencies, the two signals, into one where you'll do some limiting. So add a maximizer or a limiter. I'm using the new Isotope Ozone maximizer. Really nice. Well worth the buy. I'll just connect that back up to the master section. Now you can EQ your high band. Take out some of the lows in the high band. You don't want any mud on the width. This is going to affect the width. It's not going to affect anything in the mid range too much. If you want to EQ the mid, so if you got a hat sitting in the mid, you're going to EQ it at the top EQ. This, you're going to EQ some width. So you can EQ it however you want. If you want to add in some more high mid frequencies, if you're using some nice strings or pads, excuse me, you can do that. And you can add some saturation. This is really the reason why you would do it. You can affect the sound a bit more without affecting the lows. The problem is with the lows, when you start adding in different patches and effects, it messes with your lows, and you want them to be as clean as possible. So I've got the new saturation now from Sauce Tube. It was actually a free download, and if you haven't got it yet, I think you might have missed it. And it's really nice. And it just really warms up. It gives it a nice bit of crunch, or it'll warm it, or it will just add something, bring something new to it. So that's really it. That's all there is to it. And then you would limit it as normal. So the trick is really just splitting your two frequencies using the stereo imager, and then EQing and adding effects to the high band, the high mid band, so as not to affect the low band. And if you want to substitute the saturation knob for maybe a Scream 4, which I have done in the past, it's very good for dubstep. You would set it onto a tape saturation setting, and obviously go easy with it. You don't want to affect the sound too much. Remember, this is just about mastering and adding little bits. It's not about dramatically changing the sound of the music. So that's the tutorial. I hope you liked it. Like the Facebook please, and subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll catch you on the next tutorial. This is Damon Groove. Talk to you again.